packing, cause you just end up back with your stuff. You never really leave me when you say you're gonna leave me, and you just end up backing it up.
Hey guys, let me just start this video off by saying that I was off. My intuition was off on my last video. I know I said that 9 times out of 10 my intuition is on point, and it usually is, but it was off on my last video. So I done hit up this girl and gave her a piece of my mind. And it was not her that left the comment on the last video. I don't think it was. I can't apologize. If I'm being 100% honest, I can't apologize because at the end of the day, I wanted to get that off of my chest. I was trying not to, but a part of me still wanted to get it off of my chest. So I don't apologize for saying the things that I said to her, but my intuition was wrong. That's all. That's it. Moving along. Also, per my last video, I seem to have rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. When I'm telling my stories, people are in them that probably don't want to be in them, and they don't want me talking about, basically they don't want me talking about them. I understand fully. My best friend kind of clarifies some stuff. Sometimes I need her to like check me, you know, because I won't be knowing really what impact that I have. So I definitely want to apologize to anybody whose feelings that I might have hurt, or if you feel like I'm stepping on your toes, I definitely apologize because that's not my intent. I'm not trying to do that. I'm just trying to tell my stories, okay? The reason that I am telling my stories are to help somebody that might be in the same position that I used to be in. So if I can be relatable to people and they can come to me on some, I'm going through this, how did you get through that? Or I went through the same thing and I've never talked about it, and they want to vent, I feel like it's serving its purpose. Actually, I had someone hit me up, and she was basically telling me that the person that she was like cutting off, she got into like a physical altercation with, like, well, he got physical with her. So she was in her first like domestic violence situation with someone she was cutting off. And she called me literally right after the situation happened. So I feel like these videos are serving its purpose. Like I said, if I can just be somebody that's relatable, like, oh, let me call her because I've never had this happen before. Like, if she knows how I feel, she knows how it feels to be in this situation. I feel like it's serving its purpose. So that's why I'm telling these stories, to help somebody and to be relatable. I'm not meaning to like step on anybody's toes. You just so happen to be a part of my stories. So from here on out, I'm going to try my hardest to not say any names and to maybe not hint on titles or like their connection to me. I'm gonna try. It's gonna be hard, but I definitely will try. Moving on. So tonight we're talking about, I wanted to talk about skeletons in the closet, right? I feel like a lot of people go through the same things. They just don't want to talk about it. And what's crazy is I have a really big family, and we're all very, very close. So if I'm going through something and I tell one person, I know they're going to tell somebody else. Even if I say, okay, just between me and you, this is what's going on, I know they're going to tell somebody else, right? But the other person has to act like they don't know my situation when I know they know my situation. And it's just crazy because everybody know my situation, but everybody acting like they don't know. I don't like that. I can't stand that. Like, if y'all know, y'all know. Like, I would want to be able to talk to somebody and it not, you know, it not be passed on to somebody else. But I just know my family. Everybody know. But they acting like they don't know. And I've never been that type of person. I'm very open. I'm very honest. So I don't mind sharing my stories. I don't mind sitting up here in a sports bra and some shorts with all my stretch marks showing. Why? Because everybody has stretch marks. So I don't know. Maybe I'm just very confident in who I am as a person. And I haven't always been like that. I used to hate like flaws that I may have had until I realized everybody has flaws. So we get into these relationships and we put on a facade. We try to paint a picture that everything is perfect when in reality it's not, right? For instance, Will and Jada, I remember it was a time where they used to be like couple relationship goals, right? Like, oh, I want to love like Will and Jada's love, right? Now their entanglements are starting to unravel, and now they are not in a marriage anymore. They're in what they call it. They're in a life partnership. And I get it. Will like, no, I'm gonna do what I want to do, and Jada's like, I'm gonna do what I want to do. They have an agreement, but they're not getting a divorce. Like they're not untying that knot. Like it's forever. And I get that. I might be in a life partnership, you know. Sounds real good to me. I just want people to know that you don't have to paint a picture all the time that things are perfect, because the same thing that you're embarrassed about or that you're ashamed of, other people are going through the exact same thing. So you see couples posting pictures on social media and you think that they just have the best relationship ever because that's what they put out. But it can definitely be a facade. Not all people, but I know some relationships that are definitely not as happy as they portray themselves to be to others. We can't all do this on our own. Like, it's psychological. Like, you need to be able to vent. You need to get things out so that you can heal, right? I was able to heal because I had a best friend that listened to me, or best friends that listened to me. And even when I continued to go back, they were still there, like telling me, like, you know, you deserve better. And let me just say, ain't nobody going to leave until they're ready to leave. Like, everybody has their breaking point. And I would say I'm done so many times, and it would agitate me when people would tell me that I'm not done. Even now, I can talk to my mom, hey ma, because I know you be watching my videos. I can talk to her and tell her I'm done, and she'd be like, you still in love with him? I still love him, yeah, I'ma always love him, but in love with him, wanting to be in a relationship with him, I'm good, and he good. He don't want to be with me, and I don't want to be with him, but I still love him, and he still loves me. Let me tell y'all real quick about my skeleton. I really don't feel like it's a skeleton, but I'm gonna go ahead and share it with y'all because y'all might feel like it's a skeleton. I definitely am still having relations with this guy. I don't know what to tell y'all. Like, I can't say that it's because I don't want to have relations with anybody else, because I have a side piece that I'm only having relations with. But it's just something about our relations that piece of the puzzle, it works, it fits. Like, there's never been a problem. Well, yeah, there has been problems, but it's all that puzzle piece always fit, right? I'm a Leo and he's an Aries, and I'm gonna let y'all read this real quick so you can try to understand, because I can't really explain it, but they were able to explain it, and I was like, dang, that's us there. So I'm gonna let y'all read this real quick. Okay, so I know it's a lot. So if you didn't read it, you can press pause and read it. But basically, in a nutshell, what it's saying is the Aries and the Leo, it's hard to like pull that apart. And it's dead on. Like, I'm not like a zodiac freak. Like, I don't think that everything about zodiacs is true. But that one was dead on. Now, at some point, we will leave each other alone, and it's probably real soon. Like, we probably won't. If I have anything to do with it, we still gonna have relations. But if he has something to say about it or anything to do with it, we ain't having no more relations, right? But I'm able to have relations with him without the emotions. It ain't always been like that. When I said I was done and then, you know, we ended up having relations, then it was like, so what are we now? What we doing now? Can we be back together? Can we get back into a relationship? It's not like that now. I'm able to have relations. I'm gonna hit you up later about the kids. So, like I said, one day it'll dwindle down and we won't do that anymore. But as of right now, yeah. Sorry. But that's my skeleton. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has things that they wish never happened to them, or they wish they never did. But understand, other people have done the same things, and other people have had those same things done to them. So I just wish we lived in a world where people didn't paint a perfect picture on social media just to be liked, or to be like, we good over here. No, y'all ain't. No, y'all ain't. And it's okay that y'all aren't, because you can have like an imperfect relationship but still be perfect for each other. Y'all are perfectly imperfect, and that's okay. You don't have to lie about it. You don't have to overcompensate and stay in a relationship because you want to prove people wrong. In the beginning of me staying, that was one of my things. Like, I wanted to prove people wrong. I remember one person telling me that he would never marry me because he was like a player. That's another one of my problems. Tell me something ain't gonna happen, I'm gonna prove you wrong. This man dead ass married me. And I don't even know if that person knew that he married me, but he definitely did. And I wish the person, like, I wish I remembered exactly who he was. Like, I know who he was, but I don't know him personally. I wish I could have personally hand delivered that invitation, just because I'm that type of person. Like, here you go. Our wedding day, because 10 years ago, not 10 years ago, because 6 years ago, you said we weren't going to get married, but here you go. Don't tell me that I can't do something, or that something's not going to happen, because I'm going to work my butt off to make sure that it happens, and then I'm going to let you know that it happened. I'm like that. I probably shouldn't be, but I am. When I talk about overcompensating for something, like, I'm not saying all people, but some people, you're with someone who you know that you probably shouldn't be with. Like, in the beginning, you don't know. But then you start to see signs where it's like, okay, I really shouldn't be with this person, right? But you stay. You stay and you tell people that this person is the best person in the world, and you stroke their ego, and that ain't who you're supposed to be with. That's not who you deserve to be with. You deserve better. But you overcompensate by saying, let's say he doesn't have a job. Well, you with somebody who doesn't have a job, but he's doing X, Y, and Z for you. Sorry, my stomach was growling. He does all the cooking and cleaning. I come home to a clean house. So yeah, I make the money, but he does everything else. No, darn well, you go work your 9 to 5 or whatever you do. You come back home and he laid up on the couch watching the TV that you pay for, using the water that you pay for if you pay for water, using the electricity and all that other kind of stuff, but you telling other people he's doing all this other stuff for you. What you're doing is settling. You're settling for someone who you absolutely have no control over. You're settling to be in a relationship just to tell people you're in a relationship. I know people in a relationship just to say they're in a relationship, and that's crazy. Like, why? I feel like now that I know better, I'll be by myself before I ever. Like, no, just have your little thing on the side, so they can fulfill your fix or whatever, and then be by yourself, because you can do bad by yourself. You don't need anybody to help you do bad, or to bring you down further than what you already feel like is your lowest point. You start settling, and then years later, you realize you've wasted years. I know people who are still in a relationship, but that's clicked for them, but they're still there. Like, they know they deserve better, they know they could have better, but they've invested so much time that they choose to stay. If it clicks for me, and we've been in a marriage for, let's say we've been in a marriage for 35 years, and it clicks for me on that 35th year, that's probably why I'm saying I'll be in a life partnership, because I'm the type of person that once it clicks for me, I'm good. Not everybody is like that. Not everybody is as strong. That's why you need people who you can relate to. So it's like, how did you do that? How did you get out of that? You need that person. If you can't do it on your own, you need that person to be that voice of reasoning. Like, girl, you understand that person's bringing you down. Or it don't even have to be a female. It can be a guy who's with a female like that. If she bringing you down, let her go. You can love her from a distance. You can be like me and still have relations with her, but not have to be in a relationship with that person. I don't know if I'm helping anybody with this one, but I just feel like if you know in your heart of hearts that you can do better, leave. Just leave. The sooner than later. I don't care how long y'all been together. Leave. Because like I said before, your peace and your happiness is more important than anything, especially if you have kids. So if you don't do it primarily for yourself, do it for the kids. Your peace and your happiness. That's all you need. So I'm going to end it on that note. I love y'all, and I'll see y'all.
I'm sick of this, I'm packing. I'm sick of this, I'm packing. Cause you just end up back with your